Now, before I start this fanfic reading, I want you to take note of the continuity that takes place in the fanfic. This fanfic takes place in the Bride of Discord universe, and it's a sort of follow-up to Bride of Discord, but it's not a sequel. It's not Daughter of Discord. So I just want to let you guys know that. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and let's get to it. And cue the intro. One minute, Applejack was bucking apples on the farm. The next, she was sitting on a stool in a dark room. What in tarnation?
Applejack? Is that you?
Twilight? Applejack?
Asked another. This one is on her right.
Rarity?
What's going on here, guys?
I don't know. I was just reading mythical facts and figures and then suddenly wound up here.
Where are we?
A booming voice echoed in the darkness. Mares and chokeholds, welcome to the dating game! The lights went up, and the three mares found themselves in a TV studio with a large audience of disembodied hands clapping in front of them. Here's your host, the Lord of Chaos himself, Discord! On cue, the Draconicus appeared wearing a red suit before the audience and bowed to them.
Thank you. Howdy, folks, and welcome to The Dating Game, the show where ponies and other creatures find true love. In a moment, we will bring out today's bachelor, who will select from 3 lovely bachelorettes to go on a date with. Let's go and meet the lucky lady, shall we?
What in the world is...
He hovered over Rarity.
Bachelorette number 1 hails from Ponyville, but is quite popular among the Canterlot elite, especially when it comes to fashion. Her hobbies include dressmaking, gem hunting, and relaxing at the spa. She's also the element of generosity and a stay-at-home older sister. Let's hear a round of applause for Rarity!
The floating hands applauded, making the white unicorn blush.
Oh, stop! I can't handle all the praise.
You're rad. Discord appeared behind the cowgirl.
Bachelorette number 2 is the rodeo champ and top athlete in all of Equestria. That's pretty good, considering she has no wings.
Hey!
Hay is for horses, and this little hayseed runs her own farm and apple orchard, continuing her family business. Yep, she's a real family gal, and had to raise her little sister on her own. Her hobbies include apple bucking, herding, lassoing, and helping the orphans of Canterlot. You can ask this pony anything, for she'll always tell the truth. Let's give a warm welcome to Applejack!
Twilight narrowed her eyes.
Discord, I demand you tell us what...
And Bachelorette number 3 has the most impressive resume. She was Princess Celestia's personal protege for years, helped defeat Nightmare Moon, King Sombra, Queen Chrysalis, and me.
We were there too!
She also vanquished an Ursa Minor single-hoofedly, perfected a time spell, finished Star Swirl the Bearded's secret unfinished masterpiece, and earned the right to become a princess without being born into the family. Her hobbies include reading, magic, more reading, and spending time with her friends. Seriously, this pony's a regular bookworm. Please welcome Princess Twilight Sparkle!
Discord!
Yes, Bachelorette number 3.
What is going on here?
I'm doing my job, helping the poor, unfortunate ponies of Equestria.
How is this helping? And what do you mean, poor and unfortunate?
Why, I'm helping you single ladies to become not single.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being single.
I agree. Besides, I'm kind of seeing some pony at the moment. Well, we haven't made it official yet, but...
And of all the single girls in Equestria, why pick us?
Discord ignored her question.
Come on, girls. Admit that you want to stop spending your evenings wallowing in loneliness with no pony to comfort you in the middle of the night. I know what that's like, after all.
Applejack rubbed her chin. It would be nice to have some pony to take to the hoedown next fall.
I suppose meeting some pony new wouldn't hurt.
You're not seriously considering going along with this, are you?
The unicorn shrugged.
It's worth a try.
Twilight looked between them and sighed in defeat.
Well, as long as we're here...
Wonderful! Now, let's meet today's handsome bachelor. This fellow was raised from infancy by ponies. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was a pony. This little dragon has a big heart and a love for gems. His hobbies include baking, cleaning, blindly following demands, getting birthday presents, dancing the conga, and fawning over pretty unicorns. Everyone clap for Spike the Dragon!
Spike?
The small dragon materialized on the other side of the wall, a look of confusion on his face.
What the hey?
Hold on! I changed my mind!
She covered her mouth as she spoke in a high helium voice.
What happened to?
Rarity started to say, but stopped when she heard the bass voice come out of her mouth.
Oh boy, what do I sound?
Twilight got her answer as she spoke.
I sound like Photo Finish!
Sorry, we have to disguise your voices to hide your identities.
Can somebody explain to me what's going on here?
Today's your lucky day, my scaly friend. You have the chance to date one of the most eligible bachelorettes in Equestria.
The dragon lit up.
Rarity?
On the other side, Rarity was touched, while Applejack looked like she was going to die.
All you have to do is ask these 3 mystery bachelorettes a few questions and choose one of them to go on a date with.
Which one's Rarity?
Spike asked, jumping in his seat.
I can't do this! It's Spike, for Pete's sake!
Applejack shook her head wildly.
No! I should be here!
They attempted to get out of their seats, only to discover that they were glued to them.
Should I be offended by that?
Never mind that.
Discord said, waving it off.
Every reality show needs some drama. Let's talk about what you will win after today's show. You and the mayor of your choice will have a romantic, candlelit dinner for 2 at one of the fanciest restaurants in Canterlot.
But which one is Rarity?
You'll find out after you pick. Are you ready for the first question?
Well,
Good! Here you go.
He handed the dragon a stack of cards. Spike read the first one aloud.
Bachelorette number 1. What is your favorite color?
He raised an eyebrow at Discord.
Seriously?
That's a hard one.
She sounds like Flutter Guy.
I'd have to say... Purple.
Hey, I'm purple. Bachelorettes number 2 and 3?
I'll be honest here. I can't decide between orange and red.
Lavender.
That's not really Final Finish back there, is it?
The Draconiquish shook his head.
Nope. You may now ask your next question.
Okay, Bachelorette number 2. What music do you like to listen to?
Applejack did not hesitate.
Country!
Bachelorette number 1?
Classical.
Number 3?
Twilight thought about it for a moment. She figured she might as well play along.
I'd listen to any music good enough for studying, but I kind of like pop.
Studying?
Spike questioned as he flipped to the next card.
Okay, bachelorette number 1. If I showed up on our date in a tux after falling into a pile of manure, will you laugh at me?
Rarity cringed.
Well, I would be slightly disgusted, but I wouldn't laugh.
I'd give you a bath right away.
Applejack grinned as she thought the situation.
Well, you'd probably be smelly, but I wouldn't laugh. First, I'll clean you up like Bachelorette 3 here would do, or at least throw your suit into the dumpster. Then we continue with our date. Actually, scratch that. I really don't mind the smell of manure.
Gee. Okay, next question. If you were pulling an anvil cart and I happen to be walking by, would you ask me to pull it for you? Or would you pull it on your own?
Well, if you're offering.
I'd ask you to help, but I couldn't have you do it all by yourself. We'd pull it together.
It's really not necessary for you to help. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
The dragon moved on to the next question.
If any of you know me in real life, what is your attraction to me?
Hey! That's not a fair question!
Just answer it!
I'll go first. I think you're the cutest little thing ever. When I see you, I just want to pinch your chubby little cheeks.
Spike blushed.
Bachelorette number 3?
Ugh, you're really like a little brother to me.
Oh, okay. Number 2?
Applejack sat paralyzed in her seat, and not because she was glued to the chair. Beads of sweat dripped down her forehead, her face growing hot. Her legs started shaking as the fear and embarrassment that had bottled up inside her all these years came to a boil.
Number 2, your answer, please?
Darling, are you alright?
What's happening over there?
Spike asked, leaning forward to get a view behind the wall. The cowgirl could not say it. Not to his face. Actually, it would not be to his face, but she had only told her secret to one pony and a zebra, and that had been by accident. No one was ever supposed to know. She had hidden it so well that no one had been able to figure it out, save Zecora, but she knew everything. If she told him the truth and he ended up not picking her, she would be humiliated. But what would happen if he did pick her? Would he be satisfied with his choice? Would she finally get what she had secretly desired? She hung her head in defeat.
Spike, the truth is, I kind of like you.
What?
What?
It's true. I've had a crush on you for years, but I can never do anything about it because of
She darted her eyes at Rarity.
her. I thought it was just a slight attraction, but it wouldn't go away. You're generous, noble, hardworking, and just plain adorable.
She blushed shyly.
Sometimes I think I might be in love with you.
The other two mares had their mouths wide open. The dragon was struck in awe. He could not believe that someone could be so attracted to him, possibly in love with him. He recalled Bachelorette's number 2's other answers, and she sounded like a compassionate and understanding girl. His hope increased at the chance that it could be Rarity.
Well, that was certainly an emotional speech. Have you made your decision, Spike?
The dragon stood on his stool.
I have, and I choose.
Discord?
Everyone looked out of the audience to see Fluttershy standing in a doorway.
What is going on here?
Oh, hi, honey. Do you mind? I'm hosting a game show here.
In the bathroom?
This is the bathroom?
Rarity questioned, glancing around.
Do you need to go, my dear?
Fluttershy shook her head.
I was just looking for you, and... Why does Rarity sound like me while I was affected by Poison Joke?
Wait, that's Rarity?
Oh, you ruined it. And he was about to make his decision, too.
He snapped his fingers, and the wall between the dragon and the mirrors evaporated. Spike's eyes widened.
Whoa! My choices were Rarity, Applejack, and Twilight?
For the record, we had no choice.
Twilight put her hoof to her throat.
Hey, my voice is back!
Discord, what gives? You know I like Rarity. So why'd you bring the other two?
I was trying to do something nice for you, ponies, and fix this pesky little love triangle here.
Spike scrunched his nose.
Love triangle? What love triangle?
The one between you, Rarity, and Applejack.
Me, Rarity, and Applejack?
Everyone turned to the cowgirl, whose cheeks were as red as apples.
Wait. Let me wrap my head around this. Applejack was the one with the high squeaky voice?
Yes.
And she has a crush on me?
You're catching on.
The dragon faced the earth pony, who now had her back to him. He cautiously stepped towards her.
AJ, I had no idea.
She snapped her head around, her eyes stained with tears.
Of course you didn't! You were too busy fawning over Miss Perfect here to notice. You think you suffered from unrequited love? Well, I kept my feelings silent. I told no pony except Fluttershy and...
She turned accusingly towards the Pegasus.
You said you wouldn't tell any pony!
I didn't!
I figured it out for myself.
Anyway, I couldn't tell you, 'cause I knew how much you liked Rarity. I couldn't get in the way of your happiness, even if she did take you for granted. So I kept it all to myself. What else could I do?
She turned away from him and sobbed. Spike said nothing for a while.
How long?
Since you saved me from the Timberwolves.
That long? Whoa.
So why am I here?
I just wanted to bug you.
Applejack pulled her hat over her face.
Don't you worry about me, Spike. I know you only like me as a friend.
But I do kind of like you.
I thought you liked me!
I do! I like both of you!
So which one of us is it, Spike?
He twiddled his fingers.
I don't know.
Discord rolled his eyes.
The age-old question. The girl you're in love with, or the girl who's in love with you. Looks like we'll have to change the channel.
He snapped his fingers, blinding everyone with a bright light. When the light died down, Spike was sitting between Applejack and Rarity on a couch and Discord in an armchair across from them. Twilight and Fluttershy were in the front row of the audience, looking just as perplexed as the ponies and dragon on stage.
Welcome to Dr. Discord, every pony. Today we are going to solve a love triangle that has been going on for years.
Why are you doing this anyway?
I know what it's like to feel like an outcast, thinking that we'll never find true love.
He winked at Fluttershy.
I'm going to help you find that special pony. You see, folks, Spike here is caught between two beautiful mares, one whom he's worshipped from afar, and one who is head over hooves for him. Today, he is going to choose between the two. So, Spike, tell us, exactly what are your feelings for these mares?
Well, the first time I saw Rarity, something in me sort of snapped. She's the most beautiful creature I've ever seen.
Aww.
She makes my heart quiver in ways I can't explain. She's also giving, talented, able to take care of herself.
He suddenly rose into the air, hearts popping up around him.
She's amazing!
The unicorn felt slightly uncomfortable and tucked the dragon back into his seat.
Interesting. And what do you think of Applejack?
Spike snapped out of his trance.
Oh, Applejack is, well, she's not bad to look at. The way she battled those Timberwolves was awesome! She's bold, independent, honest, strong, and she's cool to hang out with.
He looked at her and she avoided his gaze.
She kind of makes me feel queasy too, but in a good way. I'm really fond of her.
And Rarity, what are your feelings for Spike?
The unicorn was stunned.
Oh,
The dragon looked at her expectantly.
well, I always thought he was adorable, and when you gave me that fire ruby, I was touched. In fact, you had done a lot of nice things for me, Spike, all of which I had taken for granted. I suppose I admire you a little.
Discord nodded.
Applejack, you've pretty much summed up your feelings already. But if there's anything you want to add on...
One more thing, the cowgirl replied, facing the dragon. I don't care who you choose, Surecube, so long as you're happy.
Wow.
So who's it going to be, sport?
He looked between the two mares. They were both attractive, they were both hardworking, they both made his heart flutter, and they both had incredible personalities. One was refined, the other was tough. One was generous, the other honest. One was bedazzling, the other rustically beautiful. An hour ago, he would have chosen Rarity immediately, but now that he knew that there was some pony else who cared about him deeply, it became more complicated.
I can't decide!
Discord analyzed the situation.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
He pointed to Rarity.
She likes you a little, and you like her a lot. Meanwhile,
He pointed to Applejack.
she likes you a lot, and you like her a little.
He stood up and stomped his goat leg.
Gah, I give up. I don't know how to handle this. I never had two mares fighting.
We're not fighting! At least I'm not. Spike's had a crush on me forever. Of course he'll pick me.
You don't treat him right!
I'll do better. Isn't that right, Spiky Wiggy?
Well,
So you do what? Keep asking him favors? Have him take the trash out for you? Use him as a pincushion? Spike never needs to do me any favors. He only does it because he wants to.
He does the same with me! And he doesn't mind, right, Spike?
He was about to say something when Applejack interrupted.
You don't deserve him. He practically worships the ground you walk on, and you take advantage of it.
I
do not.
Do too.
Do not.
Do too.
Do not.
Enough!
The two went silent as Fluttershy flew onto the stage.
Now, we are going to settle this once and for all, and you two are going to behave yourselves. Understand?
They nodded obediently. Discord slid his arm around the Pegasus.
Remind me to get some private time with you after this.
Later. I have an idea. Discord, what made you realize your feelings for me?
He thought about it and then snapped his fingers.
The first time I kissed you, the moment our lips touched, I knew you were the one for me. I just felt it. Right here.
He put his paw over his chest.
That's how we'll solve this then.
Discord's eyebrows shot up.
Oh, I see.
What?
He turned to the trio, rubbing his hands together mischievously.
Pucker up and put on some lipstick, Squirt. You're going to have to kiss them both.
What?
To know which mare you love the most, you'll have to kiss them both.
The best kisser wins.
I've already kissed him.
The cheek doesn't count. It has to be square on the lips.
Kiss?
That's right, kid.
But how will I know which one is...
Whichever feels right.
You'll feel a mix of passion and comfort. You'll feel a fluttery motion inside of you for a few seconds. And then, you'll sink into glorious bliss. Observe.
He snatched his wife without warning and pressed his lips against hers. Spike cringed a little, but paid close attention to Fluttershy's reaction. Her eyes widened in surprise, but then slowly shut as she gently raised her hoof to his face. He dug his claws into her mane and bended forward, deepening the kiss.
Okay, we get it.
The couple pulled away and blushed slightly.
That's what you're looking for, kid.
Discord winked.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get smooching.
Oh,
Spike uttered, his claws shaking.
okay.
He turned to Rarity, closed his eyes, and puckered his lips. The unicorn leaned forward reluctantly and hated to admit to herself that she felt uncomfortable doing this. She adored little Spike, but the idea of kissing him seemed weird. She shut her eyes tight and decided to get this over with. She plunged in for the kiss. Applejack looked away immediately. Spike's eyes shot open to show his pupils transforming into hearts. It only lasted for a few seconds before Rarity pulled away desperately.
Wow.
Spike exclaimed, floating in midair. When he wasn't looking, the unicorn wiped her mouth with her hoof.
It ain't over, Squirt. You still have one more mare to kiss.
He landed on the couch with a thump and looked at Applejack just as she was turning to face him. As the two pairs of green eyes met, Spike could have sworn he felt a spark. Applejack glanced down at the floor and rubbed her foreleg awkwardly. Spike? If this doesn't work out...
I'll always consider you as a friend.
She locked eyes with him again. And I won't think of you as any less noble.
Honey,
What?
they're finishing each other's sentences.
If this doesn't meet your expectations...
I don't want things to become awkward between us.
Kiss her, you dummy!
Everyone gave the alicorn a funny look, causing her to sink into her seat with embarrassment.
Well...
Spike gulped, facing the cowgirl again. Here goes. They simultaneously closed their eyes and leaned forward. Spike remembered a situation similar to this. He had been fantasizing about Rarity, not realizing that Applejack had been standing right next to him as he had puckered up. She remembered that incident too. That had been long before she started having feelings for him. Now they were finishing what they had started. The distance between them was short, but it seemed an eternity before their lips finally met. Spike's eyes opened wide as a spark of electricity surged through his body. His heart pounded in the way it had when he had kissed Rarity, but there was something else along with it. This kiss did not feel as awkward as he had expected. Applejack's lips tasted, unsurprisingly, of apples. He felt comfortable, like his lips were meant to touch hers. He slid his eyes closed and enjoyed the magnificent pleasure he was experiencing. He raised his claw to caress her face, causing Applejack to open her eyes. Once she saw what he was doing, she grinned and shut them again, sliding her hoof around his neck.
Oh!
Discord uttered as they deepened their kiss.
Goodness!
Twilight and Fluttershy nodded dumbly in agreement. They watched as the two repositioned their lips and pulled each other closer. They did not even recall that the others were staring. At that moment, they felt like they're the only two in the world.
They're going to have to come up for air at some point. Hey! Get a room, you lovebirds!
When they finally parted, Applejack and Spike stared at each other for a long time.
Wow!
Well,
The Draconequus exclaimed, clasping his hands together.
I guess that answers that. Spike, you have chosen Bachelorette number 2!
The dragon turned to the unicorn beside him.
Rarity, you understand, right? I still think you're great and all, but AJ...
Oh, don't worry about little old me. Frankly, I think she's better for you.
Now, you two can go on your romantic candlelit dinner!
Actually, I was thinking more of a...
Picnic under the gazebo?
It's a day! The disembodied hands applauded as the couple walked towards the exit, still not taking their eyes off each other. Spike opened the door with a bow.
May I?
Thank you kindly, Spike. The dragon shut the door as he followed out.
I'm so happy for them.
You were wonderful.
Fluttershy complimented, nudging her husband.
Yeah, well, I'm a fan of true love.
Oh, well,
Rarity shrugged.
I wonder if Fancy Pants is available tonight.
That's all, folks.
Oh, I love how Spike says what the hey. I mean, I know that was a term that was used really early on in the show, but when I think what the hey, the only thing I can think about is MLP in a nutshell. Yep. Oh dear. I regret nothing. Okay, moving on.
I'm doing my job, helping the poor, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longs for validation, this one wants to get the Drake, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor, unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my residence saying, "Love Discord, please," and I help them. Yes, I do. Alright, now that I've got that out of my system. Apparently not all of the air from dinner was gone yet.
She sounds like Fluttershy. Oh, Flutter guy. I could have sworn it had an S there. Sorry.